All right, welcome to Full Body Blast. Coach Matt. We're going to take you through a couple different EMOMs today. We're going to get you moving and grooving and getting ready going in towards the weekend, a couple days away. But we'll energize you, get you ready for the rest of the day. So let's go ahead and get some mobilizing, get it started out here. Towards the edge of your mat or your space, you're going to hinge those hips back, get a nice little stretch through those hamstrings. We're going to make our way down the front of those legs here. Let that back round reaching for the ground. We're going to hang out here for a breath. And we're going to slowly walk those hands out into a high plank position. We'll make sure that we're engaging with the ground here, spreading those fingers out nice and wide. Push those palms into the ground. Let me think about the pits of your elbows, the inside of your elbows. You're going to turn those so they're facing forward. All right, so we're actively engaging those arms, pressing those to the ground. At the same time, we're going to press those heels away from us, and we're going to squeeze those glutes nice and tight. So we have tension through that whole body, the upper body, lower body, and the midsection as well. We're going to hold here for 5. Last 2, 1, and drop those knees down. You're going to bring that left foot forward as far as you can, keeping that knee down. And we're going to take this left knee and we're just going to tilt that out to the side, just trying to open up those hips a little bit more. If you want to, you can take that left elbow and bring that down towards the ground, a little bit deeper stretch into that hip. If not, you can stay up high, that's fine. And then what we're going to do is just going to bring that right knee up off the ground. So a nice long runner's lunge here. So head to heel, strong as steel here. So creating that tension through that body. Then we'll go ahead and break that down, step that knee back. We're going to work to re-engage that plank. So stepping those feet back. Fingertips nice and wide. Push those palms into the ground. Pins of those elbows pushing forward. Pull those abs in nice and tight. Don't forget those glutes and quads. Good attention through that whole upper body. Last 3, 2, 1, and break it on down. And bring that right leg forward. And get this nice little lizard lunge stretch on the other side. So again, this right knee, we can tilt that out to the side to open up those hips a little bit more. But we want to make sure that whole front foot stays in contact with the ground. So we're not rotating towards the outside of that foot. We're really just kind of testing that mobility of that ankle, getting a little bigger angle down there. If you want to, again, you can take that right elbow down towards the ground to deepen that stretch. If not, you can hang out a little high. And then we're going to tuck those back toes, lift that back knee up off the ground, runner's lunge on this right side. Should feel a nice little stretch through this hip right here. Trying to create that length from the top of the head to the back of your heel. And we're going to drop that knee back down. We're going to go one more time into that plank position. Spread those fingers, step those feet back. Really engage those abs. Engage that low back, those glutes, all parts of the core there. Then we're going to push those hips back into a nice good down dog. And we're going to walk those hands back to our feet. Roll it on up to a standing position. Feeling relatively warm? Good, we're almost there. So we're going to go into a lunge. So that left foot, we're going to step that forward. We're going to drop ourselves down into a nice, good lunge. We're going to step that back and bring that same knee up into a nice knee hug. All right, one more time, same side, stepping forward, lower ourselves down, pause for a quick second, step back, bring that same knee up. So go to the other side, stepping forward, lower yourself into that lunge. Notice I'm taking a nice tall posture here. Stepping back, bring that knee up. Step that forward, same leg again. Stand tall. Push back up. Pull that knee in tight. All right. Feel good, ready to go? So let's talk about the main events today. So we're going to start it with a EMOM. We're going to have 2 minutes to do the EMOM, so it's every other minute on the minute. We have 4 movements. We have squats, we have sprawls, we have lunges, and a push-up with a renegade row. So we're going to do a quick, easy round of each of these, just a couple reps each. So our squats, we're looking for those feet just outside hip width apart, sitting those hips back like you're sitting into a chair, and squatting yourself down. All right, I'm just going to get a few nice and easy here just to prime that motion. You can do anything you want to with those hands, right? That's fine. If you want to hold a weight here, if you have, you certainly can add that in as well. All right, squats, boom, nice and easy. Our sprawls is going to kind of utilize a little bit of that squat. From kind of your deep squat position, we're going to drop those hands down, and we're just going to hop those feet out. All right, hop those feet back into that low squat. We can certainly take this to steps if we need to, right? But we're going to try to get with that nice little hop. All right, there's our sprawls. We have lunges. We kind of warmed up with the lunges. We're going to take that knee hug that we did from those warm-ups out of it. It's just going to be a step forward and push up. All right. We can do forward or backwards lunges if you want to step backwards. Might feel a little bit easier on the knees for some of us. That's totally fine as well. Then our 4th movement here is going to be a push-up with a renegade row. So we worked on that good tall plank position. You're going to lower yourself down to that push-up, push out of it. Remembering that left hand, touch that hip, down, right hand, touch that hip, down. That's 1 rep. We're going to drop down to a push-up, hand, hip, down, hand, hip, and down. All right. Big key on those renegade rows is to keep those hips squared. Make sure that we are not rotating out as we're touching those hips. Let's keep those shoulders as close to the ground as possible. All right, so what we're shooting for is we have 2 minutes to do a 1 round of those 4 movements. We have 20 squats, 6 sprawls, 20 lunges, 6 push-ups with the renegade rows. All right, 2 minutes to get that whole work done. And then the rest of the time, as soon as you finish those 6 push-ups with the row, we'll take a little break until the start of the next 2 minutes. All right, sounds good. We'll go ahead and make it happen. We're going to go for 20 squats in 3, 2, 1, go. So we're just going to take this a little bit easy this first round. Since we've got some energy, we can play catch up towards the back half if we need to. But we're just going to get in a nice little groove to start this workout out. There's 10 of them. We got 10 more here. So we're going to end up doing 3 rounds of this in total. But we're just going to start off with this first 2-minute block of these 20 squats, which we're finishing up. We got 2 more here. Take it at a nice, easy pace, whatever's comfortable for you. As soon as you get those, we're going to go into the sprawls. We're going to have 6 of these sprawls. So it's going to start in that deep squat. We're going to plant and hop. Back up. Plant and hop. There's 2. So what we want to make sure to really focus on keeping that weight in our hands. All right, so it's a less weight that we have to catch and absorb with those feet. Here we go, one more time. All right, so we got 6 of those. We're going to move to our lunges. We're going to move right on through. And we're just going to keep these feet alternating until we get to 20. So it's going to end up being 10 each side. There we go. We've got 6 more, 3 on each. And again, if you've finished up these lunges, you're going to go into those push-ups, go for it. We've got about 20 seconds to get these push-ups in. push up, row, row. There's 2, 3, and that's going to be right at time. So I didn't give you a lot of break there. So we're going to go right back to the top for another 2-minute block. We're going to try to go a little bit faster here, see if we can get some rest time towards the end. Certainly we can cut off a couple reps if the tempo is a little bit too much for us. We can knock that down to 15-5, 15-5, or even less off that if you need to. I'm trying to get a few extra seconds back as we go through these reps. Last squat right here. Boom. All right, we're going to drop right into those sprawls. Quick transitions. I get back to that deep squat position. That lizard lunge really coming into effect here. Put those hips nice and open. Last one. All right. Go into those lunges. Quick 20 lunges. We got a little bit more time this time around. So we're just going to be moving those feet relatively quickly. Stepping out, stepping back in. It's going to be a tight time constraint today. Hopefully you're ready for it. Now we got 3 more each. Heart rate is up. We are ready. Last 2 lunges. Same deal. 20 seconds to get these push-ups. Notice those hips. Again, staying nice and level. Of course, we can drop these to our knees if we need to. Nothing else changes. Last 2 here. All right. We got like 5 seconds. Take a breath. All right, we got 1 more block of this. We're going to finish strong. We're going to do better next time. All right. Fast pace. Ready. And go. Last time here. Try to move through this a little bit faster even still. Make sure we get appropriate rep ranges for your ability here. Don't be afraid to add a couple reps if you're really blazing through as well. You can always cater this up or down. Last one, 6 sprawls. And keeping that weight in those hands of those sprawls. And like I said, those lunges, if you want to do step backs, if you find that's a little bit easier. But what I do want to make sure on those step backs is that we are bending that front knee. Sometimes we just tend to do this. All right, not quite a lunge. Try to bend that knee. Even if it's just a little bit. You don't need to focus on getting that back knee to the ground. I just want you to focus on putting weight into the quad of that front knee, into that thigh muscle of that front leg. I'll raise up. We are ready. Last 2 here. And last round push-ups. Stay with me here. Keeping those hips stable. Nice and strong. Good support hand. We got 2 more. And time. All right, if you got a couple extra reps, you can finish that up. We're gonna take a quick breather. I know that was a very high pace opening. Hopefully you're ready for that. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna grab some water myself. Just kidding, I'm out of water. So we're just gonna hang out here for about 30 seconds while we talk about our second set. So this will be the same theme. We have 2-minute blocks. We're trying to get all the work done in 2 minutes. This one should move a little bit faster. So still 4 movements. Movement number 1 are lateral lunges. So we are stepping out and across, out and across. All right. So instead of the front and back they were just doing, we have lateral movements, lateral lunges, 20 of them. Okay. Movement number 2 is a ground overhead. Think about it, it's like a deadlift where you're going to, again, hinge those hips back. We're going to reach those hands to the inside of our toes. All right, and we're going to reach up overhead. You can add a jump to here if you would like to, but it's just going to be a down and up. All right, big key I want to focus on here is not overextending that back. Okay, notice this shape is not very promising. So we're going to make sure those abs stay tucked under from those ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, wrists. Nice, good straight line, top to bottom. Okay, so we're coming here to over here. Okay, those are our ground overheads. We have 15, whichever way that looks like to you. 15, 1, 5. All right, number 3 is going to be a power plank. So very similar to those sprawls, except instead of hopping to this deep squat position, all we're doing is hopping those feet in and back out. So it's a little bit quicker there. There's just 5 of those there. And then we're going to finish with some star jumps from this standing position. Think about up, like a big jumping jack in the air and back down. All right, just 5 of those as well. Certainly we can modify that down to a step out jack, all right, with a nice little squat. Okay, those are our 4 movements: lateral lunges, ground overheads, those power planks, and star jumps. 20, 15, 5, 5, the rep counts. All right, so we've got right about 6 minutes to finish things up. So we have 2 minutes to finish that 1 round of 4 movements. All right, if you're totally lost, just follow my lead. I will help us out. Okay, getting ready. Starting with those lateral lunges in 3, 2, 1, go. Stepping across and back up. All right, so working on that weight shift to move into that foot that we're reaching out with. Just like all of our last lunges, don't necessarily need to focus as much on that trailing leg's depth. I want you to focus more on that leading leg knee angle. All right, so we're just going back and forth. Should feel those hips opening up. We got 2 more going each way. Back and forth. We are high intensity today. And there's our 20. We're going to go those ground overheads. Again, hinging those hips back, reaching for the ground, and up. Again, we can add that heel raise, that calf raise if we want to, or we can keep those feet flat, or we can add that hop. Either of those versions is good. You know your level of fitness. We got 5 more here. There's 14, 1 more, and 15. We're gonna go to those power planks. All right. In that high plank position, just hopping those feet in and out. So just like those sprawls, we're gonna try to keep that weight in those hands. Again, we can step that up and back if we need to as well. Last one here, and there's 5. And our final one, 5 good strong jumps. We got 10 seconds to do it. Let's do it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. We're going to last 2 seconds of rest here. We're going to go back to the top. 1 down, 2 rounds to go. In 3, 2, 1, go. 7 out and over. Think about it as a nice little dance We're just shifting that momentum over, regaining control, and back the other way. All right. This is my version of Zumba. All right, just kind of dip with it, up with it. Am I allowed to say that? Is that copyrighted? I don't know. All right. So we've got 8 more to go here for each leg. Yeah, keep that moving. Just looking to challenge our bodies here this Thursday. It's been a good long week. Last one coming up. Boom, ground overheads. Remember that hip hinge, pushing those hips back and then lowering ourselves and getting up. Notice that chest stays tall each time. All right, not folding over. I'm not looking behind me. I'm staying looking ahead. Nice and strong. And we keep that foot nice and flat should we need to. Or adding that jump or that hop. Last 3. And we're going to go those power planks. 5 quick, strong power planks. Keeping that weight over those hands. Last one. All right. We got extra 5 seconds on this one. SAR jumps. Ready, and let's do it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Gonna take a quick second break. And we got one final round. This is it. Stay with me 2 minutes, and then we'll be all set for the day. You got it? Let's do it. Getting ready, those lateral lunges in 3, 2, 1, go. Stepping out, standing up. Let's get that momentum. Let's bring it into our final round here. Bring that excitement, bring that energy for the day. Hopefully we haven't used all of it quite yet in these last 2 minutes to work through. Halfway through those lunges, 10 down, 10 to go. Should be stepping straight out, left and right. Try not to travel forward or backwards. Should be hitting relatively that same mark on those feet. Last 2. Last 1. Boom. All right. Ground overheads. Good hinge. Reach down. Touch that ground. Make sure that you're getting that contact with that ground. That's letting us know that you're getting the same depth each time. Not shorting any of those movements. And a little arm raised there as well. Sometimes we don't really realize how heavy those arms are. So you start pumping them up above your head 50 times. We got 3 more here. And 15. Let's go to those power planks. Last 5 of those power planks. Make them good, make them strong. Keep that weight forward. And we'll finish up with some good strong star jacks. Extra couple seconds. Ready, and let's do it. Big jumps. Explosive. 3, 4, and 5. All right, give yourself a big round of applause. Awesome, awesome work. We're going to take a second just to kind of bring that heart rate down. Hopefully yours is not as high as mine. Or maybe you talk through the whole thing as well. You know, it's always a good little extra level of fitness there. Getting ready for my show with Beyonce, where I'm singing and dancing on stage. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to start this, we're going to end this like we started. We're going to push those hips back. Just trace that front of those legs all the way down to a nice, good forward fold. And this time we're just going to sweep those arms up as we come up. Reach for that ceiling. Give me a little bit of a back bend. And exhale, bring those arms down. One more time, push those hips back. Slide those hands along the front of those legs. Good, loose forward fold. Bring those hands as we take a good breath in. Big reach. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring it down. All right, that's going to do it today, folks. First, a full body blast.